Welcome back, everybody, to Wal-Win Sports Weekly. Brett Elmore alongside Brian Helf, WJLX Sports. Brian, we were supposed to have Coach Burns. You just had him on the phone.
Yes.
And he had to take a rain check for tonight, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll have Coach on B&B show next week.
We got a lot of football to talk about anyway. It doesn't really matter. We'll have Coach on with us next week. Of course, coming up at the bottom of the hour, Coach David Reeves will be joining us. But I tell you, last week, any surprising games to you? I mean,
I thought Hackleburg-Addison was the biggest surprise, and I was watching the game, and it was mired in some controversy. That was a relatively big surprise to me. Outside of that, no, I really don't think there's a lot of big surprises in it. I think Dora had a statement game. There's only 3 teams that are undefeated in their region now: them, Corner, and Haleyville. Not Haleyville, Oak Grove. So Dora took that first big step towards locking everything up.
Right, yeah. 42-20 was the final score. We know how Haleyville is just about every year. Pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, you mentioned statement game. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think this week and last week were Dora's 2 biggest statement games. If they come through this week 2-0 over these last 2 games, it'll be them in Oak Grove, pretty much for a region championship.
All right, very good. Oakman defeated Tarrant 40-12.
Boy, Oakman's on a roll.
Yeah.
They are showing great improvement right now. Talked to Ryan Hall this afternoon as we interviewed Kaysen Dickerson. We'll have his interview tomorrow. Looking very forward to the game against Carbon Hill. But, Oakman just seems to – they took a lot of lumps last year, Brett.
Yeah, they did.
This year, the experience is paying off.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And Fayette County defeats Carbon Hill 40-0. It's just a tough year for the Bulldogs.
It is. Of course, Coach DJ Emerson is just in his first year at Carbon Hill. He's got to get in there and get the guys into his system and everything. It's just going to take some time.
Going to take a little bit of time, and DJ can do it. DJ, of course, a friend of the radio station and
absolutely
a friend of both of ours. But I tell you, it's going to take him a little bit of time, but he's got some pretty good players over there. You look at that quarterback that they've got over there, which was a finalist last year with our Wal-Win Awards. But we've got some players, but just not near the horses what they really need.
Just takes them some while to build the house.
Yeah, it's going to take a little while, and they'll get it done. So we look forward to that whenever Coach can get it all together. Let's see. Who else we got? Lynn, the Bears. Game you was at. 36-0 over 7 Christian. 7 Christian, I don't think has scored a point all season.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they had more injuries that piled up last week. I will say this much for Summoning Christian. They fought all the way through that game. They never quit. It's just that when you're down to 13 or 14 players, what are you going to do against teams like Pickens County and Lynn?
Yeah, really. It's just a no-brainer there. Corner defeated Cordova 55-26, and this was a game we called last week a must-win for Cordova.
Yeah, and unfortunately right now Cordova's in territory that they really don't want to be in at all. They're over on the season, and I tell you, Brett, it doesn't seem to get any easier.
No, it doesn't. It's not going to get any easier. We'll get into this week's games coming up here in just a few minutes, but Northside defeats Curry 55-14. Once again, Curry's another team that's a little down this year.
Yeah, just having their problems. Of course, first-year coach with Jace Cordell. It's going to take him a little bit of time to get in there and get that sorted out as well.
Sulligent, winner over Winston County. Of course, we had Winston County on last week. They knew this was going to be a test, but I tell you what, Winston County was up to it.
Yeah.
34-28 was the final. I'm still a fan of Winston County.
Yeah, Winston County, it's hard to figure out exactly where they would fit in the power rankings if we did our Wal-Win again?
Well, I was thinking about doing it tonight. But,
Okay, well, I'll hold it off then.
All right.
How's that?
I mean, I was thinking about doing it tonight because we haven't done it here in a couple of weeks. And it's all because, well, I mean, it was like week, 1, I think, of the season. And it's a good time to kind of bring that back and get that going. But we'll talk about that. Addison, they dropped one to Hackleburg, 32-28, and that's what you were saying was a surprise.
Yeah, and this puts Hackleburg in control. Hackleburg is going to have to lose 2 games in order for Addison or Meek to get a chance back at the region championship. Right now, though, both of those teams are playing in the hole right now, trying to stay up for home game.
And talk about Meek. Of course, they played a pretty good Cobber Heights team, 30-28. Played them hard, but just couldn't come up on the winning side of things.
Yeah, and I knew though that they've been having some problems with COVID this season. Some have run through the team, but as much as you don't want to see that, the one good thing of it is it was not a region game.
Yeah.
So it's still Meek is still just one loss in the region.
Only one loss in the region. Of course, Thursday's game, Fairfield defeats the Vikings 34-26. Another hard-fought game for the black and gold, but just could not come up on the winning side of things.
Yeah, toughly fought game. Was able to catch a lot of it. And, boy, I tell you what, Mackay Pletcher was absolutely stellar. Our player of the week, Andrew Herring, was all over the field, 11 tackles. The effort was there.
Yeah, the effort was there. Just, it's obviously frustrating. I know Coach will talk about it coming up at the bottom of the hour. But, right there, and it was a win that the Vikings needed. Obviously in the region race, one of those games you need, but you still have a whole season ahead of you,
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about that and much more. We'll talk about the upcoming games coming up not only tomorrow night. We got 2 tomorrow night, right?
That's right.
And we've got, of course, a full plate of ball games on Friday, so we'll talk about that when we come back after this 2-minute break. 2 minutes, we're back with more for the Pie Factory in just a moment.
Willie Nelson and family are on the road again, live in concert.
On the road again.
With the Avett Brothers.
Ain't no man can save me.
Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs. Elizabeth Cook and Particle Kid.
Whiskey River.
The 2023 Outlaw Music Festival, presented by Wheatley Vodka. October 15th, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Reserved seats are on sale now at livenation.com. Go to outlawmusicfestival.com for more details.
We're back live at the Pie Factory, historic downtown Jasper. Saw a few folks watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You saw the spot for the Outlaw Music Festival. Willie Nelson coming to town. We've got tickets to give away tonight starting at 7 o'clock. Bingo night presented by WJLX. So, chance to see Willie, the Herbal American.
Yeah.
He's 90 years old, and the guy's still going strong. He's doing something right, apparently.
For reasons of good form, I'm not going to say anything about the herbal stuff. But, hey, look, if you're living the happy life.
The guy's still got it going on. And, of course, no, we're just I knew that would catch Brian off guard. And but this week we got games coming up Thursday. Of course, that's why we're here a day early, and Jasper's traveling to Winona to take on the Dragons. Dragons 3-1 on the season.
Yeah, you're going to put your backup quarterback in on the broadcast.
Yeah, I wonder why. Oh, no. Y'all be just fine,
Yeah.
But it's tomorrow night. Greene County is at Winston County. This is an interesting matchup.
Well, I think Winston County's so much better than what they're showing. I mean, we saw what Sulligent did against a really good Oakman team that's developing. Sulligent just across the board is a great game, and it was that close. So I think you're going to see Winston County really come out and make a statement.
Oakman, the Wildcats are traveling to Carbon Hill. That is our game of the week, WJBE and WJLX simulcast. Oakman 3-1, Carbon Hill 0-3. But a good chance to see both teams, and we haven't seen Carbon Hill yet in person. See how the Kimbrell kid plays at quarterback. Anything can happen. I mean, but it's a huge, huge game for both teams. It's one of those rivalry games.
Absolutely. And I tell you, Brett, from this time last year to up to this current point, most improved team, Oakman.
Yeah, really. Oak Grove is undefeated. They travel to Curry to take on the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and, we thought at middle of the way before the season, this might be Curry's chance to, pick up one of those region. And then Oak Grove is just one of 3 undefeated teams in that region, along with Dora and Corner. Wow.
Hamilton is 0-3. They travel to Cordova. They are 0-4. Cordova.
Yeah.
This is a winnable ball game.
It is.
And it would be nice to see them pick up the victory.
And, of course, it not being at Hamilton, Cordova's got all their opportunities to be able to not have to worry about that. They just got to come out and execute, Brett. If they do that, I think they'll pick up their first win of the season.
Yeah, they just got to come out and play their game. And that's a tough place to play down in Cordova.
It is. It very much is.
It's an intimidating place on a football Friday night. Let's see. Holy Spirit is at number 8, Lynn. No chance. No chance. No.
Lynn,
I tell you, is one of those teams. They've got it going, man.
I mean, they looked so good last week. And Braylon Roberts, when his transfer in, playing at tight end, is one heck of a load when he starts to get the ball after a catch.
Sabbaty Christian, they are winless. They are scoreless. They travel to Brilliant. They're 1-2. Don't know if Sabbaty Christian can win the ball game. I think they probably can, but I think they'll pick up some points this week, and that would be a major victory for them. They're a young team.
If they continue to fight like they did, even against Lynn and against Pickens County, that will probably be enough to win this game because Brilliant they're not trying at all from what I hear this year.
Addison, the Bulldogs, are 2-2 on the season. They travel to Waterloo. They're 0-3, and Waterloo, I'm afraid, is going to get going to catch the brunt of the Bulldogs.
I could tell you, they're going to be playing the part of Napoleon in this battle.
Phillips is winless. They got to go to Meek. They got to go to Arley. That's another one I think Meek will just unload their frustrations on Waterloo.
They're going to horsewhip.
Yeah.
poor Phillips. Phillips is jockeying with Cherokee, Waterloo, and Vina at the bottom of that pack.
Absolutely. So that's a look at the Wal-Win schedule for tomorrow. We're going to send it back to our studios. Sebastian is standing by. We're going to take a 3-minute break. 3 minutes. We'll be back with more from the Pie Factory. Coach David Reeves' show is coming up next here on WJLX.
Willie Nelson and family are on the road again, live in concert
On the road again.
with the Avett Brothers,
Ain't no man can save me.
Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs, Elizabeth Cook, and Particle Kid.
Whiskey River.
The 2023 Outlaw Music Festival, presented by Wheatley Vodka. October 15th, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Reserved seats are on sale now at livenation.com. Go to outlawmusicfestival.com for more details.
Welcome back in, the Coach David Reeves Show, the head football coach of the Jasper Vikings, as you hear the train rolling by.
We got some crowd noise.
We got crowd noise tonight, but Coach, good to see you as always.
Yeah, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right, last week, tough loss Kids played hard.
Yep.
We're just not there yet, are we?
We got to make more plays. I mean, you know, I'll tell you, when you look back at that game, you know, we've got to continue cleaning up special teams. And, you know, it just started off in a way we didn't want to start off. I mean, they get a big return, you know, and all we talked about was start fast. And you know, it's a dangerous play. One guy goes underneath when he should go over the top, and it's their best athlete, and it's a bad play. And I thought the defense went out and responded and knocked them back. But offensively and defensively both, we've got to do a better job on third down. I mean, we're getting a bunch of great situations defensively where you want to be in, calls you want to make, plays you want to play as a player, and it's all good. And we're just giving up way too many on third down conversions that should be in our favor. And offensively, we got to convert a little bit more. I mean, we've had some good looks. We've been on schedule. Offensively, we just got to convert. So really disappointing. I thought the kids played hard, but it's time we start making some plays. You know, players got to make plays. So,
Coach, now that's along with the Coleman game. It's two games that have been really close.
Yeah.
Is it more agonizing or do you take it more as, look, we've just got to secure this more?
Yeah, you know, to me, a loss is a loss is a loss. You know, you can take, you know, I feel great that I think the guys are playing harder. I feel great that we're getting better. We are getting better, you know, and we see it every day at practice. And, you know, we did some good things the other night. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you're judged on what goes up there on the board. And, you know, now I hate it for our coaches. I hate it they're working extremely hard getting these guys ready to play. I hate it for our players. They're playing hard, but you know, sometimes there's some lessons that we all have to learn. You know, we're 2 plays away from being 2-1, but that doesn't mean we were playing very good in those games. You know, not the level that I want to see us playing at, and so you know, ultimately, you know, that's on me, and so we just got to get better, and we got to make more plays and continue to press forward.
How has the week of practice been for you?
It's been great. It's been another good week. The guys are getting better. You know, they hate losing, but you know, they're coming out and trying to correct the things that are getting us behind the 8 ball a little bit. And so I'm proud of them for that, you know, and I want for them, you know, to go in and push one over and let's get a win that not that we back into, not that we make a game full of mistakes, but a win that we earn.
I know it's a young football team, and
Sure.
I understand that.
Sure.
One thing that you always look for as a coach, I'm sure, is leadership.
Absolutely.
Who has stepped into that role as we've reached like the third or fourth game?
You know, and so, you know, I want to say two things about that. You know, we are young, but you know what? Now we played a few games, and it's time that guys start rising up. You know, and playing. You know, the lights come on. Okay, let's play.
Right.
It's not the same, but and so we're looking forward to those guys continuing to step up and grow. You know, leadership wise, I'll tell you one of the best things that we do is we had a leadership council voted on by the players. It's really funny. I had 6 guys in my mind that, man, I hope these 6 guys make it, and you know, those 6 guys are actually the ones voted on by their peers. You know, another exciting thing about that was we had over 38 guys get multiple votes in that deal. And so, you know, it's kind of like, you know, you never think somebody's looking at you and how you respond and what you're doing, you know, but I just thought that was really a huge thing. But they're responding, you know, the leadership council is stepping up. You know, we've got a few seniors on it. We've got some juniors on it. We've got a sophomore on it. I mean, the players spread it around a little bit, and those guys are stepping up. You know, it's you know, it's really good to see. It's really good to see because, you know, as coaches, we can motivate and bring so far, and we can help get a good team. But if you want a great team, it's got to come from within. It's got to be player-led and player-driven. And so the Leadership Council really does that, and the guys have been responding really well.
Coach Andrew Herron, great week on defense. Had 11 tackles on the game. Seemed like he was
Yeah, Drew, man, how about him? We just need to get a little more lead in his pencil. You know, he's still really light, playing a position. He probably needs some more pounds, but you know, he's figuring it out. He's figuring out how to put himself in position to make plays. You know, really, really, really proud of that kid because you know, you're talking about a sophomore, but a sophomore that was hurt the entire year, really last year, and just didn't get to play a bunch of football.
Yeah.
So he went from not playing JV to okay, you're the guy on
Yeah,
varsity,
yeah.
you know, and so it's been fun watching him play. But his effort is really good. He's an effort guy. He's a tough kid. You know, gets banged around a little bit because he is a little bit light and he's still learning technique and stuff like that. But he just keeps on going, man. I couldn't be any prouder of that kid. I mean, he kind of, you know, we've got a lot of kids like that just kind of, you know, embrace what it is to be a Jasper Viking, you know, and we're going to be really tickled with him moving in the future.
Excellent.
Talk about that young talent. How did the JV do the other night?
Man, let me tell you, so exciting. Got beat 8-6. It was kind of a running clock deal. We didn't really get to play as much football as we wanted. They put 7 minutes on the clock and just turned it on go. But I will say, down 8-0, minute 12 left on our own 20, and man, those guys drove it down. And with 5 seconds left, Jalen dropped back from about the 40 and let one fly, and Ryan Mitchell came down with it in the end zone and made it 8-6 with no time left on the clock, and we just couldn't push the 2-point.
Yeah,
we just couldn't push the 2-point in to tie it up. So it was exciting. You know, I ain't gonna make a lot of comments about what it was like to go to.
I've been there.
To go to Hayden, but it was.
And we got to go there. So
it was a really nice stadium.
Yeah, it's a nice stadium. And I know some folks over there. They're good folks, but yeah.
But right. They did good. They played to the end, and it was really exciting watching those guys play.
All right, we're going to take a 3-minute break. We're live from the Pie Factory, historic downtown Jasper. Brett Elmore, Brian Helm, with Coach David Reeves, the head man at Jasper High School. Back in 3 minutes. We'll be back with more from the Pie Factory.
Willie Nelson and family are on the road again, live in concert.
On the road again.
With the Avett Brothers.
Ain't no man can save me.
Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs. Elizabeth Cook and Particle Kid.
Whiskey River.
The 2023 Outlaw Music Festival, presented by Wheatley Vodka. October 15th, Oak Mountain Amphitheater. Reserved seats are on sale now at livenation.com. Go to outlawmusicfestival.com for more details.
Welcome back, Coach David Reeves Show, live at the Pie Factory, and we were just talking about the weather. Boy, it feels good out here.
Perfect.
It feels like football weather.
It's amazing. Yeah, isn't it great? It's been a great week for that. You can feel it in the morning when you get out and head in, man. Really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, we'll foul that game away. And
we got to talk about Makai, at least for a second.
Yes, we do.
At least for a second. You know, I've heard that he had rushing yards anywhere from 265 to 285. Now, I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter to me. That's a grown man's night right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a grown man's night. And you know, I'll tell you, his offensive line, you know, it seems like we talked last week, and I made the statement that the more he plays in the offense, the better his eyes are going to get, the better he's going to see. And then we saw it happen, same with the offensive line. And you know, that's just who Makai is. And he's that kind of player, that kind of leader. He's on the leadership council that we talked about earlier, voted on by the players as a sophomore. That's how much they respect the way he comes to work every day. And, you know, and some of those, he made his own blocks. I mean, and that's just who he is. He's going to stick his toe in the ground and get it when he's got to. So,
yeah, he's a lot of fun to watch.
No doubt.
I honestly saw him a couple of times, Coach. I know we always talk about second gear speed, but there was times that I saw him when he got in the open field, it was a third gear speed. He really notched it up.
You know, we were talking a little bit about it off air, man. He is really, really a talented kid because he has the vision, he has the cuts, he's got the top end speed, but he's also got that acceleration. I mean, he can get in the hole, see it, and then by his second step, he's full speed. And he runs so powerful, so strong with such good balance. I mean, he is going to be fun to watch around here for a long time.
Who's the fastest kid on the team?
Oh, boy.
Ooh, it's a toughie. So now I hadn't lined them up and ran a straight line.
Okay.
It could be. It could be. He would be making a go for it. You know.
I didn't know who the fastest kid on the team was.
Yeah.
But
as long as he keeps running faster than the other people, I'm good.
I don't care. I don't care what he clogs on the 40. I mean, just run, baby, run.
That's
run.
That's right.
But Brian, you had a chance to interview one of the players today, and let's just ask Coach about this. Who was it that gave the best impersonations of the coaches?
Finley's Cha-Cha.
Sai.
Sai.
Let me tell y'all, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, I could not get myself up out of the floor. You know, he did it. He actually did it in front of the team last week. They had told me, hey, man, Sai can really.
And Sai is who?
Yeah, on the team, he's a big nose guard. Big nose guard, number 6'6". Everybody be looking for him, you know.
Okay, I know you're
he's in there. He's in there bringing the thunder. But yeah, they told me Sai, and I made him get up and do it. And you know, I played along with him. And I was like, "Hey, see me when this is over." And that brought the house down because then I started laughing. But yeah, if you can ever get Sai up here, y'all will really. We're
gonna do that.
Yeah, we
really enjoy
that
because he is quite the character, and I'll tell you, he's really turned into a good football player. You know, glad he decided to come back out. He's really making great strides right now. We're excited about him moving forward.
And what year is he in?
Junior.
He's a junior.
Yep.
Okay, so he'll be back.
Even better.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, you know, about this. About the program is we have so many kids that'll be coming back next year.
Absolutely.
All right, the Winona Dragons.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those guys.
You know, I'll tell you, it just seems like it's every week we're running into a buzzsaw right now. I mean, boy, they're big. They're big and athletic. You know, defensively, multiple looks up front, really tight. Man coverage, they do a nice job at pressuring, and when they do come, it's with a purpose. You know, it's with a purpose. They're a very physical defensive team. You know, now I take our guys. You know, I'm not. You know, I expect us to go out there and move the football and stay on schedule offensively, but you know they are very, very talented on defense. You know, and do a lot of good things. They're playing with a high level of confidence right now. You know, in their mind, they're thinking they should be 4-0. They thought they should have beat Pleasant Grove, and you know, good for them. They played a really good ball game, and they've beaten everybody else. Offensively, Oh man, the quarterback, man, we're going to have to chase another one around. Really athletic, super arm, and got guys to throw it to. Up front, they're big. They're big and physical, and they've got 2 or 3 guys they really like giving the ball to. Downhill runners with good speed, and so I'm excited about it. I mean, that's the games you want to be in. Just like the other night, it didn't go the way we wanted, but I love that. I love the challenge of that. I love the challenge of who we were trying to stop and who we were trying to move the ball on. We've got to be better at what we do, at executing what we do on both sides of the ball than they are on their side. I mean, it's that simple. And then we've got to win special teams. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We've got to win special teams.
Coach, the first road game of the year, I know we had a scrimmage at corner to start off, but the first true road game of the year, it's a different set of challenges when it goes to the road.
It is, it is, and I'm glad we had that corner game, but because a lot of it isn't going to be a first time, and that's really all. That's really all you're trying to avoid with a new coach, with some new coaches. I should say, with young players, you want to get them into that routine. Hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is what it's going to look like in the locker room. This is what it's going to look like on the bus ride. And so we have had practice at that. And I think it's just going to help us this week. I don't anticipate that being any kind of deal, and I'm excited about taking our guys on the road.
Absolutely, and then go over to Birmingham before it went on. And that is an on-campus stadium.
Yes.
The stadium that's on campus.
Correct.
Because we've played a lot of the inner-city Birmingham. They have to share stadiums sometimes.
Right.
So there was some confusion earlier in the week where we may play. Right. But it is on campus.
Yes, really nice stadium. I don't know how old it is. My son played baseball at Lawson, which is right next to it.
Yeah,
and so I can remember driving by it, 4 or 5 years ago. So it's not brand new, but it's really well kept, a great venue for a game, and we're excited about going on the road.
Very good. All right, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll have Coach's final comments, and that's coming up after the break. You're listening to the Coach David Reeves Show here on WJLX. We're back live from the Pie Factory in historic downtown Jasper. Brett Elmore, Brian Hell with Coach Reeves. And by the way, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday,
Happy
man.
birthday.
I made
man.
one more trip around the sun and 1 year to 50.
Man,
So
let's go.
Boy. So 49 today? Is that
I'm
right?
afraid so, yeah.
Okay.
My hair, though, is actually 87, so that's why it's no longer with me.
No, happy birthday, Brian.
Thank
of
you.
course, Brian does a great job at the radio station. Couldn't do it without him. Coach, all right, keys to victory tomorrow night. What do you think we got to do?
Yeah, I don't want to give Coach speak, but I'm just telling you from the bottom of my heart, we've got to start fast.
That's the main thing you've been wanting to
We've got
do.
to start fast, and we've had 3 games, and it's this week, and it's this week, and it's this week, and it's always been something we need to put together. I mean, it's time. And if we'll start fast. If we'll protect the football on offense and create a few more takeaways, I want to see us creating more takeaways. They're
turnovers.
throwing some on the ground. Yeah, they're throwing some on the ground, and we're falling on them. We're opportunistic, but we need to start creating those. So protect and create it. Play hard. We talked about third downs. I think that's a huge thing. I mean, we've had 3 weeks in a row where I feel like both sides of the ball we're getting in situations and in calls you want to make in football, and we're just not executing right there. And so, if we do those things, at the end of it, we'll look up and see what the score is and be okay either way, and we just gotta do those things.
It's sort of like a boxing match. You want to hit them in the mouth early and kind of stun them, and then keep after
Keep
it.
going. Just keep going. I mean, that's the one thing we talk about is we want to start fast and finish faster. And that's who we want to be, and that's who we're going to be. And if I have to will it on them myself, for that to happen, that's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, I am an optimist, and I believe that. I'm also very, very open and honest. Our kids are getting better, and I'm looking forward to them performing tomorrow night.
Well, we look forward to it as well. We'll have the game live for you on radio. Brian, anything else you want to add?
No, go Vikes. Going to be
Vikes.
looking forward to calling my first game of the year for the Vikes.
Yeah, Brian will
Exciting.
be filling in for me tomorrow night. Thanks to Coach Reeves for being here tonight here at the Pie Factory. We've got, if you're in the area, want to come by, enjoy bingo. We got Willie Nelson tickets to give away tonight. Got all kind of prizes. That'll start here in about 3 minutes, so I've got places to be. But thank you so very much.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Coach, go Vikings.
Yeah, go Vikes. Thank y'all, guys.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Coach David Reeves joined us here at the Pie Factory, and that'll do it for this week. For Brian Hell, for Sebastian Blank. Back to the studio, our producer and engineer, I'm Brett Elmore saying good night from the Pie Factory.